Pain is not your enemy. It's your signal, your weapon, your ladder to greatness. Every moment you've been broken, every failure, every betrayal, it's all been shaping you for power you haven't yet claimed. Today, you will stop hiding, stop doubting, and start transforming every ounce of struggle into unstoppable strength. Listen closely, because by the end of this audiobook, you won't just survive, you will rise, stronger than ever, and nothing in your life will ever intimidate you again. Pain is coming. It doesn't ask, it doesn't negotiate, it doesn't wait for permission. It will show up in your life, in your career, in your relationships, and in your mind. And here's the hard truth. If you run from it, it doesn't go away. You think hiding makes it smaller. You think avoidance protects you. It doesn't. Running from pain only deepens it. Running only makes it louder. Running only makes it more destructive. You have a choice. You can run, or you can face it. That's the key. The decision is yours. Pain is not a punishment. Pain is a signal. Pain is the universe telling you that growth is waiting. Pain is fuel. Pain is power. Pain is your ladder. Climb it. Look at the athletes who have achieved greatness. Every elite competitor has felt pain. The blisters, the cramps, the exhaustion that makes quitting seem easy. But they didn't quit. They didn't turn away. They leaned into the discomfort. They ran through the pain. Every stride against the burn, every lap under fatigue, every rep when the muscles screamed, it added to their strength. You have that same potential, but you must stop running. Stop avoiding. Face it. Entrepreneurs know this truth too. Every startup founder experiences failure. Every investor knows the sting of losing money. Every product that crashes, every idea rejected, every opportunity missed. These are not signs to give up. They are signals. They are lessons disguised as setbacks. Pain in business is feedback. Pain in life is feedback. Pain in your mind is feedback. And the only way to grow is to listen, to learn, and to act. You don't need anyone's permission to rise from your mistakes. You have a choice. That's the key. Pain is also personal. It doesn't have to be public to be real. Maybe it's the heartbreak you feel after losing someone you loved. Maybe it's the betrayal from a friend. Maybe it's the regret of not taking action when it mattered most. Maybe it's the shame, the self-doubt, the inner voice telling you you're not enough. Stop listening to that voice. Stop hiding. Stop believing that avoidance is safety. It's not. Avoidance is weakness. Avoidance is a trap. Weakness only grows in silence. Strength grows in action. You have a choice. Pain is your ladder. Climb it. Let's get practical. How do you face pain instead of running? First, name it. Identify it. Say it out loud. This hurts. This is real. I will not ignore it. Naming it takes away its power. It puts you in control. You have a choice. Second, observe it. Don't fight it yet. Don't numb it with distractions. Let yourself feel it fully for a moment. Let the fear, the anger, the sadness, the frustration rise. This is the fire that will forge your strength. You have a choice. Third, act through it. Take a small step, a disciplined step, a deliberate step. Do something that moves you forward, even while the discomfort burns. That's where transformation begins. That's where courage is born. Pain is power. Pain is fuel. Pain is your ladder. Climb it. Here's a story. Serena Williams, one of the greatest athletes of all time, didn't become a legend by running from pain. She trained while exhausted. She practiced through injury. She faced the criticism, the losses, and the doubts every step of the way. Her pain became her fuel. Her struggle became her strength. You have that same opportunity. The pain you face today, if embraced, will shape the champion you are becoming tomorrow. You have a choice. Pain is your ladder. Climb it. Consider the survivors. The people who have faced tragedy, illness, or loss and somehow continued to rise. They didn't run. They didn't hide. They faced the raw, brutal reality of life. And that confrontation didn't destroy them. It transformed them. It gave them clarity. It gave them power. It gave them resilience. You can do the same. You don't need their permission. You have a choice. Pain is fuel. Pain is your ladder. Climb it. Now, I want to challenge you. What are you running from today? What discomfort are you avoiding? What truth are you refusing to face? The answer will tell you where you are weak and where you have the opportunity to rise. You don't need courage to face what is easy. You need courage to face what terrifies you. You need courage to stop running. Pain is your ally. Pain is your teacher. Pain is your ladder. Climb it. Repeat it. Own it. Live it. Stop waiting for life to be easy. Stop waiting for comfort. Stop waiting for permission. Stop hiding in the shadows of avoidance. Growth comes through struggle. Transformation comes through discomfort. Strength comes from facing what others refuse to touch. You have a choice. You have power. You have the ability to transform your life with every step you take toward pain, not away from it. Pain is power. Pain is fuel. Pain is your ladder. Climb it. Remember this phrase. Say it to yourself. Pain is my teacher. Pain is my ladder. Pain is my power. Repeat it every morning. Repeat it every night. Repeat it every time fear knocks at your door. You have a choice. You have the power. You have the strength. Here's the takeaway. The moment you stop running from pain, you reclaim your life. You stop giving away your power. You start transforming your fear into action. You start turning suffering into fuel. You start building a resilience that can't be broken. That's the key. You mastered your fear. You faced your struggle. You embraced discomfort. Now, let's talk about the true currency of your life. Chapter 2. Embrace the darkest moments. Your lowest points define your strength, not your weakness. Not sometimes. Always. Let that sink in. Life doesn't hand out victories to the comfortable. It doesn't reward the untested. It rewards the resilient. It rewards the people who learn to stand in the fire without flinching. You think pain is the enemy? Wrong. Pain is your teacher. Failure is your mentor. Rejection is your compass pointing to exactly where you must grow. Your darkness is not a curse. It is your launch pad. Lean in. Own it. Say it aloud. I will use this. I will rise from this. I am stronger than my suffering. Consider the stories of real people, ordinary people, broken by circumstances, crushed by setbacks, facing loss that would make most of us crumble. Yet they didn't stay down. Why? Because they understood a truth most ignore. The moment you embrace your dark, your worst, your deepest hurt, you find leverage no one else can touch. Look at Sarah. She lost her job, her relationship, and her confidence in one brutal week. Most people would have curled into themselves, waiting for someone to rescue them. Not Sarah. She faced the emptiness head-on. She wrote down every fear. She stared at every lie she told herself. She asked the hard questions. What did I avoid? What did I neglect? What truth have I refused to see? She didn't stop there. She acted. She retrained herself. She worked harder, smarter, better. She didn't wait for motivation. She created it. Today, she runs a business that gives her freedom and purpose. Your darkness is not a curse. It is your launch pad. Lean in. Own it. You have a choice. Every single day, you choose. Do you let the pain define you, or do you let it refine you? That is the key. No excuses. No waiting for perfect conditions. Your circumstances are never perfect. Your life will never hand you a smooth road. The question is simple. Will you act anyway? Think of Michael. He survived a car accident that left him unable to walk. His world ended in an instant. Most people would have sunk into despair, given up on dreams, let bitterness consume them. But Michael made a decision, not a wish, not a hope, a decision. He committed to rehabilitation. Every grueling, painful session. Every time he fell, he got up. Every time someone doubted him, he used it as fuel. Today, Michael walks again. Today, he inspires thousands. His tragedy became his power. Your darkness is not a curse, it is your launch pad. Lean in, own it, repeat it until it's wired into your muscle memory. Pain is leverage. Setbacks are lessons. Darkness is power. Now here's the crucial point most people miss. Embracing the dark doesn't mean indulging in misery. It doesn't mean playing the victim. It means facing reality with brutal honesty. It means looking at your life and saying, this sucks, this hurts, I don't like it, and I will do something about it. That's discipline. That's courage. That's transformation. You don't need their permission to rise. You don't need approval to heal. You don't need validation to turn failure into power. You only need yourself. You have a choice. That's the key. You always have a choice. Some will tell you to forget your past to move on. That's soft advice. It doesn't build strength. It doesn't forge resilience. You don't move on. You move through. You dig into the pain, examine it, extract the lesson, and then step forward, armed, prepared, unshakable. Let's break this down into action. What must you do in your darkest moments? First, acknowledge the truth. Denial is a trap. Name it. Own it. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Feel it fully. Say, this is real. This hurts. And I will use it. Second, find the lesson. Every hardship has one. Every failure whispers a secret if you're willing to listen. Ask, what am I missing? What do I need to change? Where is my blind spot? Don't look for excuses. Look for insight. That insight is your power. Third, act decisively. The world doesn't wait for you to recover. Momentum favors the brave. Momentum favors the bold. Decide your next move, even if it's small. Progress is non-negotiable. Action converts pain into strength. No action leaves you broken. Fourth, repeat. Life will knock you down again. It always does. But every time you stand, you gain another layer of invincibility. Each dark moment, each personal low, becomes another rung on your ladder to mastery. That's the formula. That's the pattern. That's reality. You might be thinking, but what if it's too much? What if I can't handle it? Here's the truth you must internalize. Your limits are not fixed. They expand when challenged. Your fear is a signal, not a stop sign. Lean into it. Face it. Break it. That's how you grow. You see, pain is universal. Suffering is inevitable. Failure is guaranteed. What separates the weak from the unstoppable is the way they respond. Weak people run. Strong people endure. The unstoppable turn their darkest moments into their launching pad. And you can too. Your darkness is not a curse. It is your launch pad. Lean in. Own it. Say it again. I will use this. I will rise from this. I am stronger than my suffering. Repeat it until you believe it. Repeat it until your actions prove it. Repeat it until your life proves it. Every setback, every heartbreak, every failure, every moment of despair, each one is a building block. Each one is fuel. Each one is an opportunity to sculpt yourself into someone who cannot be shaken. This is your choice. This is your power. This is your moment. Remember, your lowest points define your strength, not your weakness. The darkness is not the enemy. It's your guide. It's your teacher. It's your advantage if you choose to wield it. So ask yourself right now, will I cower or will I rise? Will I hide or will I conquer? Will I complain or will I transform? Your darkness is not a curse. It is your launch pad. Lean in. Own it. Use it. Transform it. Because when you do, there is no obstacle too big, no setback too severe, no fear too paralyzing. You become unstoppable. You become unbreakable. You mastered your fear. Now, let's talk about the true currency of your life. You have been living your life on someone else's approval. Every decision, every step, filtered through the eyes of others. You seek validation. You crave recognition. You want applause before you even take action. Stop it. Right now. Stop proving. Start producing. Stop proving. Start producing. Think about it. Every hour you spend trying to show someone you are capable is an hour stolen from creating results. Every moment you spend convincing, explaining, defending, and justifying, wasted. You don't need permission. You don't need a nod. You don't need anyone's agreement. You need discipline. That's the key. Let me break it down for you. Validation is a drug, and like all drugs, it weakens you. It conditions you to look outward instead of inward, to measure your worth by applause instead of results. You want the world to like your work? That's a trap. You want the world to notice your grind? Forget it. Most will never notice. Most will criticize, sabotage, or ignore. That's reality, and that's exactly why you cannot wait for approval. Stop proving. Start producing. Stop proving. Start producing. Repeat it. Say it out loud. Write it on your mirror. Tattoo it on your mind. You will never achieve greatness by pleasing critics. You will achieve greatness by creating, by acting, by finishing what others only talk about. Let's look at the examples. Take Elon Musk. Everyone doubted him. Tesla? Impossible. SpaceX? Crazy. Solar energy? Ridiculous. Yet he didn't waste time proving the critics wrong. He built. He executed. Critics laughed. Investors panicked. Competitors scoffed. And guess what? Actions created results. Proof came from outcomes, not arguments. Stop proving. Start producing. Stop proving. Start producing. Or consider J.K. Rowling. Rejected multiple times. Told her idea wouldn't sell. Told her writing wasn't good enough. She didn't beg for validation. She didn't argue her case. She wrote. She submitted. She persisted. Results followed. Critics were irrelevant. Results speak. Stop proving. Start producing. Stop proving. Start producing. Now let's bring it home to you. What are you doing to prove yourself? Are you posting endless updates to get likes? Are you over-explaining your vision? Are you justifying your choices to people who will never support you? Stop. Stop it today. Every minute spent proving is time lost doing. And the truth is simple. Action trumps explanation every single time. Action creates credibility. Action earns respect. Action builds momentum. Critics? They vanish. Haters? They fade. Only results remain. You have a choice. You can argue, explain, and defend forever, or you can act. And it's not even close. Action wins every time. Stop proving, start producing. Stop proving, start producing. Here's a behavioral drill for you. I want you to do 3 things starting today. Silence your inner critic. That voice telling you they won't approve, they won't understand. It's lying. Your inner critic is a projection of other people's opinions. Acknowledge it, then ignore it. Stop proving, start producing. Take one massive action, not a small look-at-me action. A massive result-oriented move that will force progress. Launch your project, make the call, send the pitch, write the draft, build the product. Stop proving, start producing. Ignore external reactions for 30 days. No likes, no shares, no comments. You act, that's it. Measure success by progress, not applause. Stop proving, start producing. It's not about ego. It's not about showing off. It's about discipline. Discipline to focus on what matters. Discipline to produce despite doubt. Discipline to continue even when no one is watching. That's the key. You don't get results by seeking permission. You get results by executing relentlessly. Stop proving, start producing. Stop proving, start producing. Let me give you another perspective. Imagine a factory. The machines work quietly day and night, producing goods. No one congratulates them, complaining. It's a habit, a disease. And most people don't even see it for what it is. Every time you complain, every time you vent about your circumstances, your boss, your partner, your city, or the world itself, you are giving away something priceless. You are giving away your energy, your focus, your mental resilience. And make no mistake, success does not reward the complainers, it punishes them. Every complaint you utter is a chain. A chain that binds you to mediocrity. Think about it. When you complain, your mind is busy focusing on the problem. It is busy highlighting the obstacle. And guess what? That's all it does. It never moves you forward. It never finds a solution. Complaining is a mental tax. It's a toll you pay for staying small. And every toll costs you time, clarity, and momentum. Let's be clear. Complaining is not just about words. It's about mindset. Complaining is a choice. You have a choice. You can choose to sit and moan, or you can choose to act. That's the key. Stop giving your energy away. Stop wasting your brainpower on things you cannot control. Stop trying to get sympathy instead of results. Every complaint is a chain. Break it, speak less, act more. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about acknowledging reality. I'm not talking about analyzing a problem rationally. That's different. That is strategy. But whining, venting, blaming, that is weakness. That is a shortcut to failure. It is comfortable. It is easy. And it is deadly. Because when you complain, you are reinforcing the idea that the world owes you. That someone else is responsible for your happiness. That someone else should fix your problems. And here's the truth that successful people understand. No one owes you anything. The world doesn't care about your excuses. Your boss doesn't care about your reasons. Your partner doesn't care about your logic. Only your actions matter. Only your results matter. Look at the top performers, the elite, the people everyone talks about. Did they succeed because they complained? No. Did they cry about unfair circumstances? No. They succeeded because they refused to waste energy on what they couldn't control. They refused to dwell on excuses. They looked at the problem, evaluated their options, and acted. Every single time. That's discipline. That's mastery. That's power. You want proof? Consider athletes at the highest level. Champions don't complain about the weather. They don't complain about bad calls. They don't complain about injuries. They act. They adapt. They find a way to win despite the circumstances. Complaining isn't in their vocabulary because they know the cost. Every second spent complaining is a second lost. Every second wasted is a missed opportunity to improve, to adapt, to excel. Every complaint is a chain. Break it, speak less, act more. You see, complaining is seductive. It feels good in the moment. It gives you a sense of release. But it is a lie. It is an illusion of control. Because when you complain, you think you are expressing yourself. But in reality, you are giving your power away. Every word of complaint is a piece of your focus, a slice of your attention, a drop of your energy. And once it's gone, you can't get it back. Now I want you to think about your day. How many times have you complained? How many times have you vented? How many times have you blamed someone else for your situation? Count them. And now imagine taking those moments, those wasted seconds, and putting them into action instead. Imagine using that energy to learn, to build, to improve. Imagine the progress you could make. Imagine the results you could achieve. You have a choice. You always have a choice. You can continue to complain. You can continue to hand over your energy to trivialities and excuses. Or you can do the hard thing, the disciplined thing, the thing that will actually move you forward. You can stop talking, stop whining, stop blaming, and start acting. That's the key. Here's how you do it. Step 1. Notice when you are complaining. Awareness is everything. Step 2. Replace the complaint with a question. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I do about this?" Step 3. Take immediate action. Even the smallest step matters. Complaining without action is poison. Complaining with action is a memory lesson. You don't need their permission to act. You don't need validation. You don't need anyone to tell you it's okay. You just need to move. Let's repeat that because it's crucial. Every complaint is a chain. Break it. Speak less, act more. Every complaint is a chain. Break it, speak less, act more. Every complaint is a chain. Break it, speak less, act more. This is not optional. This is not a suggestion. It is the difference between mediocrity and mastery. Here's the thing most people miss. It's not about stopping negative thoughts. It's not about pretending life is perfect. It's not about being happy all the time. It's about discipline. It's about focus. It's about refusing to allow mental noise to hijack your energy. It's about understanding that complaining is a luxury you cannot afford. Because if you want results, you cannot waste energy. You cannot afford distraction. You cannot surrender your power. That's the key. I want you to remember this. Every complaint you utter feeds weakness. Every complaint you withhold builds strength. Every complaint you turn into action creates results. Complaining is optional. Acting is mandatory. You have a choice. You always have a choice. Start today. Right now. Pay attention to your words. Listen to your thoughts. Challenge every urge to complain. Replace it with action. Replace it with strategy. Replace it with discipline. Train your mind like a warrior. A warrior doesn't waste energy. A warrior doesn't hand over his power. A warrior doesn't complain. Because here's the silent cost of complaining. It robs you of clarity. It robs you of energy. It robs you of resilience. It robs you of your best life. Every complaint is a chain. Break it. Speak less. Act more. Every complaint is a chain. Break it. Speak less. Act more. Every complaint is a chain. Break it. Speak less. Act more. Say it. Believe it. Live it. And when you master this, when you stop complaining, when you reclaim your energy and your focus, you will see the results. Doors will open that complaining never opened. Opportunities will appear that whining never revealed. Respect will come that excuses never earned. Strength will rise inside you that fear never built. That's the power of refusing to complain. That's the power of disciplined action. That's the silent cost of complaining and the louder reward for mastering it. You mastered your complaints. You reclaimed your energy. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. Now let's talk about the true currency of your life. Chapter 5. The Discipline of Silence. Mental toughness is not something you are born with. It's not a gift. It's a skill. A skill you can train. A skill you must train. Every day. Without excuses. Without shortcuts. If you want to win in life, if you want to master yourself, you need mental armor. You need strength that no one can shake. You need resilience that no one can break. Let me make it clear. Life will test you. Life will push. Life will hurt. And it doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your feelings. It cares about your preparation. It cares about your ability to stand when others fall. You have a choice. You can crumble under pressure, or you can grow stronger because of it. That's the key. You have a choice. You can be weak, or you can be unstoppable. You don't need anyone's permission to decide that. So how do you build mental armor? How do you train your mind to handle anything life throws at you? First, understand this. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. Every failure, every discomfort, every moment that makes you want to quit, it's a brick. Every challenge you face intentionally becomes part of your foundation. The stronger your foundation, the harder it is to break you. Start small. Expose yourself to minor discomforts on purpose. Skip the easy path. Take the stairs when everyone else takes the elevator. Run when it's cold. Speak up when silence is safe. Do one thing every day that scares you. That's not optional, that's mandatory. You have a choice. You can stay comfortable and weak, or you can seek the struggle and grow. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. Next, reflect. Mental armor is not just reaction. It's reflection. It's knowing yourself. Sit in silence for 15 minutes every morning. No phone, no distractions. Just you and your thoughts. Watch your mind wander. Watch the excuses try to sneak in. Confront them. Challenge them. Question your fears. That fear you feel in the pit of your stomach? That's not reality. That's your mind lying to protect your comfort. You don't need their permission to confront it. You don't need their permission to overcome it. Discipline your mind. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. Controlled stress is your ally. Life will deliver stress whether you want it or not. But you can train to handle it. Push your limits deliberately. Set deadlines tighter than necessary. Take on tasks you know you will struggle with. Fail, and then fail again. Each time you survive, each time you persist, you add a layer of armor. Mental toughness is not a feeling, it's a muscle. And muscles grow under resistance. You have a choice. You can run from stress, or you can train under it. That's the key. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. Now let's talk about mindset. Mental armor is not just about facing discomfort. It's about how you interpret life. Stop blaming external events. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming circumstances. It's not about luck. It's not about privilege. It's not about talent. It's about discipline. Mental armor is built in your mind first. You decide how strong you are. You decide how unshakable you can be. Every setback is a lesson. Every criticism is a mirror. Every failure is a step closer to mastery. You have a choice. You can stay a victim, or you can become a warrior. That's the key. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. Here's a practical exercise. Write down one fear you have. Now, schedule one small action to face it today. Just one. It doesn't have to be huge, but it must be intentional. That action is your training ground. That action builds resilience. That action teaches your mind. Discomfort is not dangerous. It's growth. You repeat this daily. You repeat this until it becomes habit. Mental armor is not built overnight. It's built brick by brick, action by action, moment by moment. You have a choice. You don't need their permission. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. Let's address failure directly. Most people fear it. Most people avoid it. Most people let it break them. Not you. You embrace it. You welcome it. Each failure is a teacher. Each mistake is a blueprint. Each setback is proof that you are trying. Avoidance is weakness. Confrontation is strength. You have a choice. You can hide in comfort, or you can step into the fire. That's the key. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. Meditation and reflection are crucial tools in your armor. This is not about sitting cross-legged for hours. This is about control. Control over your thoughts. Control over your emotions. Control over your reactions. When life shakes you, you remain steady. When chaos erupts, you remain unshaken. That's mental armor. Discipline your thoughts. Observe them. Then release the ones that serve nothing. You have a choice. You can let your mind be a battlefield, or you can make it your fortress. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. Finally, remember this. Mental armor is not for show. It's not to impress others. It's not ego. It's survival. It's mastery. It's the quiet power that allows you to walk into any room, any situation, any challenge, and remain unbreakable. It's the inner strength that lets you make the hard choices when no one is watching. It's the discipline that keeps you consistent when temptation whispers. You have a choice. You can be weak. You can crumble. Or you can be strong. You can stand. You can endure. You can win. That's the key. Strength is built in struggle. Strength is built in struggle. So here's your takeaway. Embrace discomfort. Seek challenges. Reflect daily. Train under controlled stress. Face fear deliberately. Accept failure as part of growth. Discipline your mind. You don't need anyone's permission to do this. You have the tools. You have the power. You have the choice. Mental armor is built through action, repetition, and relentless persistence. You are not fragile. You are not weak. You are a warrior in training. And every day you train, you become stronger. Fear. It is the one thing that will stop most people in their tracks. The moment you feel it, your instinct screams. Run, hide, avoid. That's the problem. Fear is not your enemy. It is your signal. It is the alert system telling you exactly where your growth is hiding. Fear is the doorway. Avoid it, and you stay small. Face it, and you transform your life. That's the key. Most people mistake fear for weakness. They say, I'm scared, and they lower their ambitions to match their comfort zone. Not you. Not anymore. You have a choice. You can let fear dominate you, or you can use it as your fuel. That's right. Fear is fuel. Fear is fire. Let it burn your limits away. Think about the entrepreneurs who risk everything on a vision others laughed at. They feel fear every single day. But here's the difference. They do not run from it. They do not let the fear whisper lies about what is safe. Instead, they let fear sharpen their decisions. Fear forces them to prepare, to strategize, to become relentless. Success is rarely loud. Let me say that again. Success is rarely loud. You won't see it blasting through social media feeds. You won't hear it in the chatter of busybodies. Real achievement is quiet, it's consistent, it's deliberate, and most importantly, it's disciplined. Discipline doesn't make noise. It doesn't post selfies of effort. Discipline sits in the background. It stacks your small wins day after day. That's the key. That's the hidden power most people ignore. They chase attention, they chase applause, they chase instant gratification, and they fail. You have a choice. You can either chase the hype or embrace quiet discipline. Make no mistake, embracing quiet discipline is hard. It's lonely, but it's worth it. Because the people who truly win don't need the world watching. They need consistency. They need repetition. They need focus. Let's take a look at real examples. Consider the authors who became legends. J.K. Rowling, before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, wrote in cafes often rejected, often alone. Stephen King, for decades, wrote every single day, rain or shine, success or rejection. Did anyone cheer him on every morning? No. Did he stop? No. Discipline in silence. Discipline in repetition. Discipline in silence. That's the pattern. Athletes. Look at them. Michael Jordan missed thousands of shots. LeBron James spends hours outside the spotlight refining his craft. Serena Williams trained while no one watched. Tiger Woods practiced swings before sunrise. Consistency, effort, repetition, all in quiet, away from the limelight. They understood something most people don't. Talent doesn't beat discipline, not even close. Investors? Warren Buffett didn't make headlines with every single trade. He studied, he waited, he repeated, he compounded effort over decades. Discipline, not showmanship, built his empire. This is the lesson. Loud success is fragile. Quiet discipline is unbreakable. And it starts with a choice. You have a choice. You don't need their permission to work. You don't need validation. You don't need the crowd clapping every step of the way. You need discipline. Discipline is not about perfection. It's not about motivation. Motivation fades. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is fire. Discipline continues when motivation leaves. It continues when everyone doubts you. It continues when the results haven't shown up yet. That's where the real work lives. That's where transformation happens. Here's what you must do. Define your goal. Break it into tiny, actionable steps, then execute. Every single day. No excuses, no noise, no maybe tomorrow. Discipline in silence. Discipline in repetition. Discipline in silence. This is how real growth compounds. Stop thinking about recognition. Stop thinking about applause. Stop thinking about the scoreboard. Focus on the work. Focus on the process. Focus on your system. If you get the system right, the results will follow. If you get the process wrong, no amount of hype or talent will save you. Remember this, it's not about inspiration, it's about discipline. Not about motivation. About routine. Not about luck. About consistency. Let's break down the mechanics. First, create habits that require minimal willpower. Make them automatic. For example, the writer writes every morning. The investor reads one report a day. The athlete trains at the same time, rain or shine. Small, repeated actions lead to massive cumulative effects. Compound interest works in finance. Discipline works the same way in life. Second, remove distractions. Noise is the enemy of focus. Social media, gossip, overthinking, drama. Remove it. Protect your time like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. You have one life. You have limited hours. Guard them fiercely. Quiet discipline demands sacrifice. It demands a daily, unwavering commitment to what matters most. Third, measure progress. Keep track of the small wins. Document them. Even silent victories deserve acknowledgement. But notice, this is for you, not them. You're building a fortress of results, not applause. You're stacking bricks in private so that one day your success speaks for itself. Fourth, embrace boredom. Discipline isn't thrilling every day. Some days it's monotonous. Some days it's repetitive, some days it's tedious. Most people quit when it gets boring. But winners, they lean in, they repeat, they stack. Discipline in silence. Discipline in repetition. Discipline in silence. Now here's the kicker. The world will often underestimate you. It will scoff at the quiet effort. It will doubt your process. That's exactly why you must persist. You don't need permission. You don't need recognition. You don't need applause. You only need consistency. You only need discipline. You only need action. Let me be blunt. If you're chasing attention, you're doing it wrong. Attention is fleeting. Discipline is permanent. Attention is external. Discipline is internal. Attention fades when the crowd moves on. Discipline compounds quietly, relentlessly, until it overwhelms everything. And here's one last secret. The people who master quiet discipline don't just get results. They gain freedom. They gain confidence. They gain the power to ignore the noise. Because once you've built momentum in silence, nothing external can shake you. You have a fortress built from small, deliberate acts. A life controlled by discipline, not distraction. A mind trained to focus, not flit. That's true power. That's transformation. So here's what you do after this chapter. Decide. Decide to embrace silent discipline. Decide to show up even when no one is watching. Decide to repeat your efforts daily. Decide to focus on what matters most. Decide to protect your time. Decide to stack the small wins that create unshakable results. That's the key. You have a choice. Discipline is your weapon. Use it. Self-doubt is a trap, a silent predator. It creeps in, uninvited, whispers lies in your ear, and convinces you that you are not enough. Not talented enough, not smart enough, not ready, not deserving. These are illusions. Nothing more. Doubt is not reality. Doubt is opinion masquerading as truth. Listen carefully. You are stronger than you believe. You are stronger than you believe. Repeat it. Say it aloud if you have to, because until you truly believe it, doubt will keep chaining you to mediocrity. Let's break it down. Self-doubt shows up in two ways. First, internally. You think, I can't do this, I'll fail, what if I'm exposed? Second, externally. You look at others and compare thinking they're better, they're ahead, I'll never catch up. Both are traps, both are lies, both are optional. You have a choice, always, every single time. You can feed your doubt, or you can starve it. You can listen to that inner critic, or you can take control of your mind. That's the key. Choice is power. Power is freedom. Freedom is action. Here's the brutal truth. Self-doubt doesn't go away on its own. You don't wake up one day magically confident. You conquer doubt through action. By showing up, by doing the work, by testing your limits, by proving to yourself that you are capable. Doubt disappears when you measure it against reality. Not against fear, not against imagination. Against reality. Let me tell you a story. Emily, a young entrepreneur, spent months paralyzed by doubt. She wanted to start her business. She wanted to create. She wanted to lead. But every morning, doubt whispered, "You'll fail. Who are you to think you can succeed?" She almost gave up. Almost. Then she made a choice. One small, terrifying choice. She sent her first email. One email. That email turned into a meeting. That meeting turned into a project. That project turned into momentum. And with each step, doubt weakened. Each action built proof. Proof she could handle more. Proof she was capable. Proof she was stronger than she believed. You are stronger than you believe. You are stronger than you believe. Notice the pattern? Action kills doubt. Waiting fuels it. Planning endlessly, overthinking, seeking permission, all of it strengthens doubt. Stop waiting. Stop asking. Stop thinking you need someone else to validate your courage. You don't need their permission. You don't need it. You need yourself. Here's a psychological insight. Neuroscience shows that the brain cannot distinguish between a real threat and a perceived threat. Self-doubt triggers the same stress response as a real danger. Your heart races, your mind tightens, your focus narrows, but nothing real is attacking you. That fear is manufactured. That fear is optional. That fear can be overridden. With action, with repetition, with deliberate exposure, you're going to feel fear. You're going to feel doubt. Good. That means you are stepping outside your comfort zone. That means you are growing. That means you are alive. Embrace it, but do not obey it. Obedience to doubt is surrender. Discipline is the antidote. Discipline is showing up when you feel like quitting. Discipline is proving to yourself that you are stronger than your fear. Here's an exercise. Right now, identify one area in your life where doubt is controlling you. Name it. speak it, write it down. Then take one action today, no matter how small, that challenges that doubt. Send the message, make the call, start the project, speak the truth. Every time you do this, you weaken the chain. Every time you take action despite doubt, you expand your capacity. You are stronger than you believe. You are stronger than you believe. Now let's talk about narrative. Your mind loves stories. It tells you stories to protect you. Unfortunately, it often chooses the story that keeps you small. I'm not ready. I'll fail. I'm not talented enough. These stories are lies. You must rewrite them. This is not optional. This is essential. You must replace I can't with I will try. Replace I'm not ready with I will prepare. Replace I'll fail with I'll learn. The story you tell yourself determines your trajectory. Control the story. Control your life. And here's the final truth. Doubt is contagious. It spreads from your mind to your actions, to your habits, to your relationships, to your future. Let it in, and it will dominate. Starve it, fight it, replace it with certainty of action. Replace it with the knowledge that you are stronger than you believe. You are stronger than you believe. You are stronger than you believe. Do not confuse humility with doubt. Being humble does not mean shrinking. Being humble does not mean second-guessing yourself at every turn. True humility recognizes capability and responsibility. Doubt seeks to paralyze. Discipline acts. Action triumphs over both fear and humility when applied correctly. Let's get practical. 3 steps to break the chains. Awareness. Recognize your doubts. Name them. Identify their source. Most often, it's fear dressed up as logic. Most often, it's fear dressed as self-protection. Awareness neutralizes half the power. Confrontation. Take deliberate action in the direction of your doubt. If it scares you, do it. If it challenges you, embrace it. If it intimidates you, walk through it. Confrontation dismantles the illusion. Action defeats paralysis. Repetition. Daily. Constant. Repetition builds confidence. Repetition proves capability. Repetition rewires your brain to trust yourself. Setbacks happen. Always. You don't get to choose if life will knock you down. You do get to choose how you respond. And that choice, that simple decision, is the difference between stagnation and unstoppable growth. You have a choice. That's the key. Setback is setup. Setback is strategy. Learn it, apply it, repeat it until it burns into your muscle memory. Every defeat is a teacher. Every mistake is a blueprint. And yet, most people panic when things go wrong. Most people freeze, they wallow, they complain, they blame circumstances, luck, the economy, their boss, or the universe. Stop. Stop wasting energy on excuses. Stop giving away your power. It's not about what happens to you, it's about your discipline to respond. Think about Thomas Edison. He didn't invent the light bulb on the first try, not the 10th, not the 100th. Thousands of failures, thousands of broken filaments. But each failure gave him information, feedback. Each time he adjusted, each time he learned. Each time he attacked again with a smarter, sharper approach. You don't hear him complaining. You don't hear him doubting himself. He treated every setback like a strategy. That's the lesson. That's the model. You have a choice. You can collapse, or you can analyze, you can cry, or you can calculate, you can quit, or you can recalibrate. Every time life smacks you down, pause. Take inventory. Ask yourself, what did I miss? Where was my weakness? What is the one adjustment I can make today that increases my odds tomorrow? Setback is setup. Setback is strategy. Say it. Say it again. Say it until you believe it. Because believing it is action. Believing it turns confusion into clarity. Believing it converts despair into determination. Look at any champion in history. Every great entrepreneur, athlete, or leader has a trail of setbacks behind them. Michael Jordan, cut from his high school team. Oprah Winfrey, fired from her first television job. Elon Musk, rejected by investors, nearly bankrupt multiple times. These are not failures. These are frameworks. These are lessons waiting to be learned. And they are living proof of one simple truth. Your setback is not a wall. It's a ladder. You have a choice. Climb it or sit beneath it. Now, let's talk about analysis. Real analysis, not whining, not storytelling. Analysis is brutally honest. Analysis is specific. Write down exactly what went wrong, not vaguely, not emotionally, objectively. Break it down into actionable items. Every mistake has a cause. Every cause has a solution. Most people skip this step. Most people keep repeating the same errors because they refuse to dissect them. That's why they fail. That's why they stay stuck. Next, adjustment. Adjust quickly. adjust ruthlessly, adjust without ego. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. Every delay is a concession. Every hesitation is a missed opportunity. Take the lesson, tweak the strategy, and attack. Attack with discipline. Attack with intensity. Attack with absolute clarity of purpose. Repetition is critical here. Setback is setup. Setback is strategy. You will fail again. You will make mistakes again. And each time you must repeat the cycle. Analyze, adjust, attack. There is no shortcut. There is no bypass. There is only mastery of the process. Master the process, and you master your life. Here's a practical tool to implement immediately: the failure blueprint. Grab a notebook. Draw 3 columns. Column 1, what happened? Column 2, why it happened? Column 3, next action. Write everything down. No excuses, no judgment, just facts. Then decide on the next action. Not next month, not next week, today. Immediate execution. That's how setbacks turn into strategy. That's how losers stay in limbo and winners surge forward. Remember, it's not about your feelings. It's not about how angry, sad, or frustrated you are. Feelings are irrelevant. It's about your discipline. Discipline in thought. Discipline in action. Discipline in consistency. You don't need their permission. You don't need a cheering crowd. You don't need the world to validate you. All you need is the commitment to analyze, adjust, and attack. That's the key. Let's double down on repetition, because this is where transformation occurs. Setback is setup. Setback is strategy. Every setback contains information. Every setback contains a method. Every setback contains the raw material for victory. You ignore it, you fail, you embrace it, you dominate. There is no middle ground. You might be thinking, but what if the setback is massive? What if I lose everything? Perfect. Even the biggest losses are fertile ground for strategy. Huge defeat doesn't erase your options. It multiplies them if you have the discipline to learn. Ground zero is a starting line, not a tombstone. Ground zero allows you to rebuild smarter, leaner, and faster than before. That's the mindset that separates the average from the elite. Here's another principle. Iteration beats perfection. You will never get it perfectly right the first time, or the 5th, or the 10th. But you will get better each time if you iterate. Feedback is your friend. Criticism is data. Mistakes are clues. Use them, absorb them, refine your approach. That's how setbacks become unstoppable strategy. Don't forget the emotional game. Most people fail not because of strategy, but because of fear and ego. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being wrong. Stop that. Ego is a trap. Fear is a liar. Your enemy is inaction. Your friend is relentless execution. You have a choice. You can let fear dictate your future, or you can let disciplined action dictate your outcome. You choose. That's the key. Let's summarize before moving on. Step 1. Accept that setbacks are inevitable. Step 2. Analyze without ego or excuse. Step 3. Adjust ruthlessly. Step 4. Attack with discipline. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Setback is setup. Setback is strategy. You learned it. Now apply it. Now own it. This is your blueprint. This is your weapon. Failure is feedback. Defeat is a lesson. Disappointment is a signal. Stop running from it. Stop hiding from it. Embrace it. Study it. Convert it into action. You don't need permission to move forward. You don't need approval to pivot. You don't need validation to innovate. You have everything you need inside you right now. Discipline, clarity, and relentless focus. That's all it takes. You mastered the art of turning setbacks into strategy. You learned to see defeat not as an end, but as a beginning. You've chosen action over excuses, analysis over panic, adjustment over stagnation. Now take that lesson with you. Carry it into every challenge, every opportunity, every battle. You've sharpened your mind and your resilience is forward. Setback is setup. Setback is strategy. Learn it, apply it, live it, live it. And remember, every time life knocks you down, you don't stay down. You rise, you plan, you attack again. Smarter, stronger, and faster. That is the transformation. That is the discipline of winners. That is your path forward. You've fought, you've stumbled. You've felt the sting of failure, the weight of disappointment, the sharp edges of life cutting into your confidence. And now, here you are, standing, breathing, still moving forward. This chapter is about taking all of that, every mistake, every misstep, every setback, and turning it into fuel. Fuel for growth, fuel for strength, fuel for unstoppable momentum. Rise strong, rise relentless. Rise unstoppable. Never stop rising. Say it aloud, repeat it, make it a mantra. Because the moment you accept the inevitability of struggle, you reclaim control. You realize that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you if you have the courage to take it. Every struggle is a teacher. Every pain is a messenger. Every failure is a blueprint for your next move. You have a choice: succumb or rise. That's the key. Let's break it down. Integration. This is what separates those who merely survive from those who thrive. Integration means taking everything you've experienced and weaving it into the fabric of your life. The hurt, the losses, the shame, they are no longer separate. They are part of you, and now they are your power. You do not ignore them. You do not repress them. You acknowledge them. You learn from them. You use them. Integration is saying, I am not broken by my past. I am strengthened by it. This isn't theory. This is practice. And it starts with reflection. Take 10 minutes every morning or every night and write down one moment where you stumbled yesterday, one moment where you felt weak, scared, or defeated. Then, write down what it taught you. What did you learn? How can you turn that into a strategy for tomorrow? This is more than journaling. It's recalibration. It's sharpening your mental edges. It's transforming pain into resilience. Visualization is another tool in your arsenal. Close your eyes. Picture yourself standing in the aftermath of every failure you've ever had. Now see yourself rising, not slowly, not hesitantly, but with force, with intent, with the certainty that no setback, no betrayal, no obstacle will keep you down. See the fear, see the doubt, see the exhaustion, and then watch yourself rise above it. Repeat this every day. Build a mental muscle so strong that life can throw anything at you and you respond with resilience. Let's talk about discipline, because this is where transformation becomes permanent. Discipline isn't a punishment. Discipline is the silent architect of your strength. You don't need permission from anyone to be disciplined. You don't need applause, validation, or recognition. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's not about being the strongest. It's about refusing to quit. Every time you choose action over comfort, every time you stick to your plan when no one is watching, you are rising. You are unstoppable. Daily journaling, daily reflection, daily visualization, daily commitment. That is your foundation, not motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It's a spark. Discipline is the fire you keep burning even when the world throws storms at you. You have a choice every morning. You can stay in bed, you can let excuses win, or you can rise. That's the key. Rise strong. Rise relentless. Rise unstoppable. Never stop rising. Let's address the inevitable question. What if I fail again? Good. Fail again. But fail intentionally. Fail forward. Fail as a lesson. Failure is not a wall, it is a stepping stone. Every great person you admire failed, multiple times, repeatedly. They failed, integrated the lesson, and rose stronger. You can do the same. You don't need their permission. You only need your commitment, your discipline, your refusal to remain down. Here's an exercise for resilience. Every time something knocks you down, write it down. Not just what happened, but how it made you feel and what you are choosing to do next. Then every week, review your notes. Notice patterns. Notice growth. Notice how far you've come. This isn't just self-reflection. It's evidence. Evidence that you are building something stronger than pain, stronger than fear, stronger than doubt. Now let's tie it to real-world action. Resilience without execution is wasted energy. You've reflected, you've visualized, you've disciplined yourself. Now go act. Small, deliberate actions matter more than occasional bursts of effort. Call that client. Write that article. Post that content. Make that pitch. Do the work others avoid. Because rising strong is not about comfort. It's about conquest. It's about showing up when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, even painful. You'll encounter naysayers. You'll hear voices saying, you can't. You'll see obstacles that seem insurmountable. That's life testing you. That's life measuring your resolve. Remember this. It's not about the obstacle, it's about your discipline. It's not about their doubt, it's about your conviction. Rise strong. Rise relentless. Rise unstoppable. Never stop rising. One more layer. Integration of the inner self. Strength without self-awareness is brute force. Take time to notice your patterns. Notice your triggers. Notice what makes you collapse and what makes you thrive. Then design your environment, your habits, and your daily rituals to support that growth. You are an architect. You are a warrior. You are a strategist. Every choice matters. Every choice either lifts you or drains you. You have a choice. That's the key. Let's anchor this with one final mental drill. Each morning, repeat aloud, I rise strong. I rise relentless. I rise unstoppable. I do not quit. I integrate my past. I harness my pain. I choose growth. I choose action. I choose to rise. Write it down. Visualize it. Repeat it. Make it non-negotiable. Make it your identity. Because by the time this day ends, you want no doubt you have risen. Not tomorrow. Not when life is easy. Today. Right now. This is your life. This is your foundation. This is your power. Remember, there is no end to rising. It's not a goal. It's a lifestyle, a state of mind, a disciplined approach to life that ensures you never settle, never stop, never surrender. Every setback is a setup. Every pain is a lesson. Every struggle is your scaffolding. Build on it. Integrate it. Dominate it. Rise strong. Rise relentless. Rise unstoppable. Never stop rising. This is the truth. Life will hurt. Life will betray. Life will test you. But now you know the secret. Every pain you faced, every failure, every doubt, it was never against you. It was for you. Use it. Transform it. Turn it into strength, into fire, into power that cannot be shaken. The world will try to break you again and again, but you now rise stronger every single time. Today, the choice is yours. Remain a victim or rise strong. Take control and never look back. Stand up, act, transform. Rise strong and let nothing ever stop you.